What if I told you there's a country so exclusive? Even millionaires struggle to survive there. A place where wealth alone doesn't grant access. Here, the real currency is power, lineage, and influence. Welcome to Monaco, the glittering fortress on the Mediterranean. A nation barely bigger than a neighborhood, yet denser with billionaires than anywhere on Earth. Here, a one-bedroom can cost what a mansion does almost anywhere else. A parking space, just a rectangle of concrete, can run $500,000. The women who rule these streets? They glide in $19 million hypercars, aboard billion-dollar yachts, in couture sharp enough to shift alliances. Welcome back to Inside the Billionaires, where we pull back the velvet curtain on the world's richest. Before we begin, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss what comes next. Today we break down how Monaco's billionaire women wield luxury, not as indulgence, but as power. Every car, every gala, every diamond, strategic, calculated, ruthlessly effective. Imagine having 10 million and still feeling broke. That's life here, the planet's most expensive square mile. Money doesn't stretch, it evaporates. A modest one-bedroom? It starts at $2 million. Rent alone can swallow 6 figures before you've even bought groceries. And that parking space? Around $500,000, just to park your Bentley where it won't block a billionaire. Here, being a millionaire is meaningless. In Monaco, wealth is relative. To live comfortably, truly comfortably, locals say you need at least 50 million. Anything less, and you're reminded, someone always has more cars, more property, more legacy. In this tiny, impossibly powerful kingdom, the real game is status. Money buys entry. Power wins the night. Here, appearances are strategy. Every arrival is a move. Your car isn't transport, it's a crown. Ferrari Monza SP2, casual. Rolls-Royce Cullinan, normal. Dominance begins with hypercars priced like private islands. Bugatti La Voiture Noire, $19 million, glides through Monte Carlo like a black comet. Inside the garages, fleets curated like museums. Diamond-set dials. Hand-stitched hides from ateliers that work only for royalty. Champagne coolers in the console. A controlled thunder of engines that announces power before the driver appears. In Monaco, the streets are runways, and the women behind the wheel aren't driving, they're commanding. Every May, Monaco transforms. The Formula One Grand Prix turns a quiet jewel into a global stage of speed and status. For most, it's a race. For Monaco, it's a declaration, precision, spectacle, and power on parade. Overnight, hotel rates leap from $1,000 to $10,000 and higher without a blink. Track view penthouses rent for the price of a luxury car. Access is the product. The real show is off-track. Suites, lounges, and private decks where invitations move markets. Between laps, champagne flows, and so do whispers of 9-figure deals. For Monaco's elite women, this isn't entertainment. It's a chessboard. A presence shifts a room. A smile is a move. A conversation, negotiation, and just beyond the paddock, Port Hercule becomes a floating city of empires. Weekend toys include helipads, submarines, sometimes even missile defense. Superyachts as fortresses of influence. These aren't boats, they're floating fortresses, symbols that move. Price tags climb into the billions. Lady Mura, Tatiana, Eclipse, whispered at $1.5 billion. Think helipads, tender garages, decoy drones, and encrypted comms. Security fit for spies. On deck, Michelin star chefs design menus to the guest, bite by perfect bite. Infinity pools glow at sunset. Glass railings. Teak under bare feet. Inside, marble staircases, private cinemas, and underwater lounges. Cellars hold vintages at exact temperature and humidity. Galleries at sea. Crew move like clockwork. Stewards, dive masters, and private security. Beneath the glamour lies the engine. Power. Fashion empires court oil dynasties, quietly, precisely. A $200 million partnership agreed over Dom Perignon and a Horizon line. Guests arrive unseen. NDAs signed. Alliances reset before dawn. In Monaco, a yacht isn't leisure. It's leverage. Galas and Monaco are battlegrounds. Glittering, strategic, unforgiving. Tickets aren't bought. They're arranged. A single table can cost $50,000. You're paying for access, not dessert. Beneath chandeliers, Dior, Chanel, Valentino, and Elie Saab shimmer like armor. Every stitch is strategic. Every diamond, a signal. A $120,000 gown worn by Beatrice Borromeo isn't fashion, it's rank, declared. A subtle nod starts a deal. A polite smile ends one. In Monaco, couture is weaponry. Galas draped in silk, diamonds, and calculated grace. Strategic luxury rules even the smallest rituals. In Monaco, mornings are power. Served on a silver tray, golden croissants, 600 per kilo coffee, not breakfast, positioning. Beluga caviar on gold-lined porcelain signals rank before a word is spoken. Wellness becomes theater. Cryotherapy beside rooftop pools, prestige on display. 24-karat facials before boardrooms. Beauty reads as strategy. Saltwater spas carved from marble host million-dollar whispers. Even relaxation is deal time. Green juice, a nod, approval granted. But the story doesn't end at luxury. In Monaco, the wealthiest women use their fortunes to craft legacies that reach far beyond glamour. Princess Charlene channels elegance into impact, raising tens of millions for global water safety and children's education. Pauline Ducrouet uses her royal platform to lift emerging designers and artists, turning access into opportunity. Lauren Santo Domingo merges high fashion with conservation, committing $100 million to protect coral reefs. And Mackenzie Scott quietly moves billions into education and social reform, reshaping regions with deliberate speed. Here, philanthropy isn't charity, it's power in motion. Legacy curated, polished, and preserved like diamonds in a vault. This is Monaco. Luxury isn't the finish line, it's the starting gun. Tools, strategies, signals, yachts that double as boardrooms, breakfasts plated like coronations, gowns that speak louder than speeches, million-dollar parking, hypercars as heralds, a glance that can move markets, wellness as theater, cryotherapy, gold facials, marble spas, where deals thaw and empires warm. Philanthropy, too, power in motion, quiet checks that redraw maps. They don't just live extravagantly, they orchestrate power. Every detail deliberate, every smile a negotiation. Monaco isn't a playground, it's a battlefield in silk and diamonds, where power lives in engine roars and whispered toasts under the Mediterranean moon. Here, status is strategy, and every appearance is a move that decides who truly rules the Riviera. Enjoyed the journey? Like, share, and subscribe to Inside the Billionaires for more untold stories from the world's richest empires.